I'm gonna let y'all get back to the half-naked men and the half-naked women that y'all really want to look at, but give me 2 seconds, man. Like, I know what the problem is with us black men, man, and what we need to do to get together. You look at Italian mob movies, man, what do you see? You see men, in rooms with other Sicilian men, you know what I mean? Talking business, saying what needs to be said, making moves that most people will be scared to make. When you look at like Excalibur, you see Knights at the Round Table, you see men making the hard decisions, you see men, going hard, for beliefs, morality, and systems that they want to uphold, that they believe in, to the core. When you look at the Germans, who followed the men with the funny mustache, you see uh hard gentlemen, who matched, who wore the same, uniforms, and marching to one beat, to one band, one sound. Like, but you you see these men together, and what's missing? The Germans, the Italians, those back in the day of European, of medieval times, what's missing? What are they doing so different than black men, especially black men in America? What's the difference? What's the key difference? We try to throw women into everything because we are so vagina hungry. You know what I mean? We try, even look at when we on the block, like, yeah, man, I had her, with the key, and it's like, no, she don't need to be included in nothing. And that's our downfall, man. We try to include women into everything, and we try to keep them on the same level, or sometimes we put them higher, than us. I was watching an interview that the Saint the Sinner was doing with my son, and my son, he was telling him, you have the ideals of a liberal white woman. And I believe that is our real problem, man. That is the biggest issue with the black man. We try to put the black woman on the same level, if not higher than us, and that's why we don't get anywhere. When I see them out speaking, when I see black people in general speaking, like even like Black Lives Matter, that was ran by a lesbian woman. Like, we have our women on the forefront fighting and talking for us. That is backwards. That's why we never get anywhere. That's why we never become anything. There's no, you don't see the women, and in like crazy cases, there will be a woman running like the cartel because she was like the basically heiress to it. But the cartels are just hard hitters, dog. Just hard hitters. Like, when you look at the Latin Kings, it's like it's men running these things, man. And we try to put the woman, like I said, either on equal footing or ahead of us. Women are deceiving, and they know how to manipulate. And we so dumb, we get manipulated because we're so, like I said, we're so vagina hungry, and we let them manipulate us into believing, oh, you got to do this, and this is how you're supposed to treat a woman. You got a woman telling a man how to be a man, and we fall for it. I guess the dumbest thing black men do, man, and like I'm sick of it. And I hope somebody hears this, they can articulate better than I can, and they could get the message across. Like, this is where we fail, man. This is our biggest failure as black men. We don't get into those rooms together as men and come out with outcomes of men. Even when you look at the picture of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and it's like nothing came from that. Nothing came from that. Like, you got. That's what I loved about the Black Panthers, man. Even though the Black Panthers let women, in the system, and I believe that was part of the ruin. But like, there's no, we need to do this. This is our de facto leader. That's another thing. It's too many chiefs, man. And everybody wants to be the lead, but don't want to take the hits and don't understand what a leader is. We have older brothers or older cousins that always, I want this because I'm older. Nobody ever looks in the black community like he's the one. Where those other, ethnicities and races that I just mentioned, they don't care how young you are or how old. They like, this is the guy we got to follow. He could be 16. Like Alexander the Great, how young he was. Our race is, I'm older, or I deserve. We're like females because we've been raised by women. So we have these emotions like women, man. And that is a huge, like, what do you call it, man? Like, not handicap. I don't want to use that. It's like we are at a disadvantage, man. We are at a big disadvantage. It's another word I want to use, but that has been hindering us. Like, we are living in a matriarchy, man. Our community. And, you know, the white community is kind of heading towards there with the white women doing feminism. They better be careful. They see what happened to our community or how bad our community is. It's like, that's not the way, man. They're not meant to lead. Like I said, it's I don't see how nobody else can see this, man. This is a crazy way to live. Like, anytime I've always debated or argued with my sisters or my mother, it's like I always win simply because it's a masculine way of the way I'm viewing things. And they understand it. It's like, how come most guys can't do that? Like, they like kiss up to him. Oh, like, we just gotta do it this way. You gotta believe me. Like, it's a movie. It's not a movie. We're doing it this way. I don't care what you say. And then when we do it my way, Mike, you was right. You know, I'm sorry for you. It's like, yeah, you got to put your foot down with women, man. And that's why a lot of these black men and white men in America are unhappy, because they can't put their foot down. They let their women run them. I can go on and on and on about this, man, but I just wanted to get that out there, man. I think that's truly what's wrong with our community. We need to start there. Before we go out and say it's the white man this or this is, I think we need to start right there. Anyway, that's it. Don't be